Hello everyone, welcome to the video, and today we're going to be going over some Lifeline tips and tricks, as well as just a general guide on how to play Lifeline. So before we get into the video, I do want to say that about 93% of you guys are not subbed, so if you are not already subbed, just drop a sub. It helps me out a ton. So let's get right into the video. The first thing I want to talk about is just her kit. I just want to go over it very quickly. So as you guys know, her passive is Combat Medic. She is able to revive faster, she gets a revive shield, and then she's able to heal 25% faster. Also, there is a bonus that just got added into her passive where she finds extra supplies inside of the blue supply bins. And then you have her L1 or her tactical. It is the healing drone where she puts down a drone and it heals anyone nearby. And then her ultimate, which is the care package, as you guys all know. So I first want to talk about her passive a little bit because it can be used in a couple ways. So I'm going to be rolling a couple clips that can just help me explain this just a little bit better because it is a little bit hard to show in the firing range. My teammate goes down here, and if the enemies are over there, you want to basically look in the direction of the enemies while you were reviving and place yourself in that way, because where you're looking and where you're positioned, depending on where you pick up the res, is going to affect where the actual shield goes up. So you don't want to put the shield backwards and then you get shot at. So just know where the shield goes up. You just want to be looking in the direction of wherever you want the shield to go and position your body in the according way. So one way of using that actual tactical is using it to bait people and push them in. So I'm going to be rolling a clip from the point of view of the person pushing and the point of view of the lifeline, so you guys can just see a little bit easier. But as you can see, you know, when you push in and they drop the res, you're really not going to be expecting it most of the time. So chances are the lifeline is going to be able to catch you off guard. And as you can see by this clip right here, where I'm holding the res, he pushes in, and I'm able to drop it and hit him with whatever weapon I have, so you can catch him off guard. And even if you have like a Peacekeeper or a Mastiff or really anything, you can just pump them once and then do it again, and they'll start shooting at the revive shield, and they'll start running towards you again, and then you can just drop it and hit them again. It's a very effective method of actually like kind of baiting people into pushing you, and then you can just stomp on them pretty much every time. It's actually really effective. A lot of people always bite on it and take the bait, so you just want to be able to capitalize on it and hit your shots when you drop the res, you know, because they're probably going to push in on you. So another thing I want to talk about is just the actual timing of the res. So basically, if one of your teammates gets knocked to a sniper, you know, say they get Krabered over there, right? And they're like that far away, like say the enemies are that far away, you have time to get that res. You know, that far away and farther, like pick up the res, because they're not going to be able to snipe you or anything. They're just going to be looking at your revive shield. They're going to be probably pushing. So you have a lot of time, and the fact that she revives quicker is also very helpful. So you're going to be able to you know, capitalize on it and res very quickly. So just keep that in mind, that the shield is going to be very effective, especially when you're trying to get those reses off in those clutch situations, because they can't actually they can't shoot you like a normal legend would, so you don't have to worry about your teammate crawling to cover or anything. You can just drop whatever you're doing and get the res right away. Like I said in my other videos, if I forget anything, just comment below. I always tend to forget something just because it's very difficult to remember every single tip and trick that there is on Lifeline. That would be impossible. But if I forget anything, just comment below, and if it's a good enough tip, I will pin it. So the next thing I want to talk about her actual dock drone. So there's really not a whole lot that goes into Lifeline's kit. Just a couple things here and there that you probably aren't doing on Lifeline. And this guide is definitely going to help you, but for the most part, she's a very straightforward legend. But basically, you know, as you guys know, her drone heals you up a lot. But a really good way of using it is obviously, you know, popping cells while it's charging up your health or even hitting a battery. It works very well with the increased speed. So another thing about the drone is that you can actually push it, as you can see here. You know, oh, it didn't work that time, but you can push the drone. So, you know, if you just move it forward, you can take it with you wherever you want. As you can see, it goes very far. And you just, all you have to do is walk forward. You can look at it if you want, but you can push it all over the place. As you can see, the starting point was way over there, so just keep that in mind. It doesn't have to be stationary. You don't have to be, you know, keeping it in the same spot wherever you dropped it. Another thing to note about the drone is that it actually breaks in the storm. It sucks, I know. but if you deploy the drone, the dock drone, in the storm, it will break instantly. So that is not an effective method of using it. It will just break. But another way of using the drone is obviously in battle. So what I mean by this is, like, you know, if you're running away and you're really weak, like, just go behind a corner and you'd be surprised how much healing you can actually get off, and it will make your health come back very, very quickly. So I'm just going to show you that now. Okay, so, you know, say I'm running, and, you know, I put the dock drone down. As you can see here, you can pretty much get to, like right now, I'm at 150 health almost. There you go, 150, and boom, full health basically. And that's like in no time at all. And granted, I do have a gold shield, so it makes the healing a lot faster, which I'm almost positive stacks with Lifeline's boost. But generally, if you have a gold shield and your Lifeline, you should give it to one of your teammates, just because Lifeline already has the built-in fast heal, so she kind of doesn't need it. So just be a little bit generous. That's kind of what Lifeline is there for anyway, just to be a help to the team. She's not a great legend, but she's very good for your team. So now we're going to talk about the care package and its multiple uses. You might think that the only way to use the care package is obviously by getting loot, but that's just not the case. So I dropped 3 of them already. I'm going to pick up some accelerants, but I dropped 3 of them already just to show you guys the typical loot you get out of them. I believe it's 2 purples and then a gray. So 2 purples and a gray. And that's pretty much what's always going to happen. It's ideal for you to get the purple shield, obviously, because it can set up your team, and that's why Lifeline should be eating all the ultimate accelerants. So when you land, just feed all your ultimate accelerants to Lifeline, because they do, I think, like 35 charge. So all you need is 3 of them, and then you basically get, you know, at least I'd say probably half the time you get a purple shield out of it. So you're pretty much set for late game, because you have at least 1 purple shield, and usually your teammates can find a blue wherever you dropped, or even a purple as well. So you guys usually end up having at least a purple. You know, worst case scenario, you don't get a purple armor, you get like a helmet or a knockdown shield, which is unfortunate, but, you know, the chance of you getting the purple armor, if you're Lifeline, just basically eat all the ultimate accelerants right in the beginning of the game, and then basically just pray that you can get the purple armor. So Lifeline's ultimate actually does have value in late game, and a lot of people don't really realize that, just because they see the care package as just a method of looting. But you know, say you're right here, say your whole team, the circle's getting pretty small. You know, this is your positioning, this is the rock you have to hide behind, and as you can tell, there's some enemies down there, and the storm is pulling to them. Well, what you can do is, you know, you can drop the care package, right? You can send it pretty far. As you can see, the range on it is pretty impressive. So, you know, just drop it before the zone is closing, and oh, this guy pushed up on me. But basically, you can use the drone as cover, you know, so your entire team can pretty much sit behind it. It's not, like, ideal, but it works, you know, and maybe even you get a purple armor swap out of it. So, you know, this is actually a pretty effective method, especially if you have no other options. You know, just drop the care package. You could use it as a little bit of cover. It is decent cover. As you can see, these guys are pushed up pretty far on me, and I'm able to use it as pretty solid cover. So obviously you're not going to need it late game, but just drop it. You know, like I said, you can get the armor swap as well, which could be potentially game saving, you know, because purple armor swap would be perfect. You know, having 300 health just because of an armor swap is obviously amazing. So just dropping it and using it as cover is a very effective method of using the care package late game, and probably honestly it's only used late game because for the most part you just want to be farming the care package in the early game for the actual purple item, or the 2 purple items that are in it. So I think that's pretty much it for Lifeline. I covered the shields and how you should be using it for baiting reses. You can do that multiple times as well. So like I said before, you know, you pick up the res, and then you drop it, hit them, pick it up again, and you can do it multiple times, and it works very well because there's no damage threshold that breaks the shield, so they can just fire into it and it won't do anything. So I think that's pretty much it for today's video and the overall guide on Lifeline. Like I said, if I forgot anything, I am only human, so just comment it below. If it's a really good tip that I missed out on, I will pin it. So that's pretty much it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.